Paul here with another Pat and Charlie Walk and Talk. And in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the 1,000-calorie breakfast. How to avoid front loading your day with a bunch of empty calories. Now this is something that I'm guilty of. I've done this myself. It usually happens to me when I'm traveling. When I'm home and I have access to my own kitchen and the things that I'm accustomed to doing, I'm able to maintain my daily rhythm. But when I go on the road, I don't have access to these things, and so sometimes I'll find myself, falling into a rut. And one of the things that I was doing whenever we would go visit, my wife and I, we would go visit our daughter, spend time with our grandson in Atlanta. I would wind up in the morning before my morning stand-up, going to Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts and buying the same thing. 2 glazed donuts with a coffee, 2 sugars, 3 cream. And basically what I ended up creating, I did the math the other morning while I was strapping on my pack, getting ready to walk. And this is how I came up with the topic for this episode. The 2 donuts, of course, each one's about 400 calories. The coffee, when you add the sugar and cream, you're looking at another 200 calories. And so here I was front loading my day with 1,000 calories, and we're just getting started. Now, the worst thing about it was the 1,000 calories offered very little in the way of satiety density, meaning satisfaction for your appetite, and no health benefit at all. So low health benefit density, low satiety density, which basically means I ended up consuming, front loading my day with a bunch of calories up front, empty calories, and then still having to face the day and await normal hunger for lunch and maybe dinner and maybe something like that. So there was a good chance that on those days I was probably consuming around 3,000 calories. Here's a crazy thing. Pat and Charlie is a data-driven protocol, and so using my Garmin, I can kind of measure what I do on a daily basis. And so I know that on any given day, walking with the rucksack, I'm not doing that right now, but when I'm walking with the rucksack 3 miles a day, I'm only going to burn on a good day anywhere from 25 to 2,600 calories. And so you see, if you do something like this a lot, you front load your day with 1,000 empty calories and you don't get adequate movement during the day, you're going to wind up gaining weight. It's inevitable. And so I guess I shouldn't have been surprised that I was kind of watching my waistline expand more than I wanted it to. But I couldn't really figure it out. And so I invented this protocol, this thing that I call FACETS, which it's a mnemonic, stands for fasting, aromatherapy, calisthenics, exercise, walking, tea, and sanctuary. And once I started doing this, I started to realize and uncover a lot of hidden calories in my diet, things that just kind of snuck in that I wasn't aware of. And so we wind up, if you're like most Americans, you probably don't think about calories too often, certainly don't count calories. And I'm still not a calorie counter per se, but I've done enough research to know kind of what these things, what the value of them are, value is. And so I kind of know, without having to read labels too often, what the caloric density is in certain foods. So, and I know I wasn't the only one who was guilty of this, and I'm confident saying that because every morning, whenever I fell into going uptown to grab some donuts and some coffee, I'd find myself in a long line of cars. So there are a lot of people who front load their days with empty calories. And so it's no wonder that America right now is in the midst of an obesity epidemic. And so what I want to come to you with here today is say not be a part of that. And you can avoid that simply by practicing fasting, intermittent fasting, which is what I do. Or if you want to go all the way there, just practice the entire FACETS protocol. And if you don't understand what that is, just visit me at patandcharlie.com, and you can read all about it. If it's something that you, after you've gathered the information, you feel like you want to practice it yourself, you need someone to guide you, I can do that too. It's a framework that I created. Okay, so if you have any comments or questions, comments about this video, feel free to drop down in the comment section. Leave me some contact information, leave a comment, and I'll read all of them. I look forward to reading what you leave, and I look forward to talking to you or seeing you in the next Walk and Talk.